I told myself not to do my makeup because I was gonna do a get ready with me, but then I just whatever. So for anyone else in the post-grad limbo or anyone else who struggles with existential anxiety, I have just the greatest thing for you today. It's this book. It is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and it was recommended to me as I was going through the entire, like, who am I? What do I want to do with my life? What is my purpose? Oh my god, phase. It was written by a psychologist who survived the Holocaust and created this entire form of psychotherapy centered around helping people find their meaning. Even if you don't struggle with like any of these things, it still is just amazing, amazing book. Basically, his entire philosophy is that man finds meaning in one of three things: work, love, and suffering. He believes that we give our suffering meaning by choosing how we respond to it and what we want to do with it. For example, he saw this person after the Holocaust and they were so completely torn apart by the fact that they had survived and their wife and children did not. And so Frankl told him, well, maybe your purpose in life now is to live your life in a way that they would be proud of. And is that just, He also uses an unemployed worker analogy, which at the time I was reading this was so relevant. I was like, was this written specifically for me? Because when you're unemployed and you're used to having a thing that you go and do every day that gives your life purpose, that gives you something to do that mentally stimulates you, and then that's gone, it really messes you up. He believes that when that happens, you're occupied by retrospective thoughts, and that takes away from you being able to enjoy the present. And he believes that the answer to that is being able to set tasks for yourself and be able to set goals for yourself, which sounds so simple, but it can be so difficult, especially when you've gotten used to a certain routine and a certain structure. Can you tell that this is relatable, aka my entire life post-grad, aka the entire reason I'm doing Vlogust, aka I need to read this book again, apparently. He believes that when you're going through pain and when you're going through suffering, there is insane courage in that. There's courage in being able to suffer, there's courage in being able to feel pain, and there's courage in being able to tap into those emotions and try to use them in a productive way or in just a meaningful way. And my favorite thing that he touches on is the fact that when you have an existential crisis, it's not a mental disease, but it's a sign of being alive. And it's completely common because we need tension between who we are and where we want to be. Otherwise, we would never get anywhere and we would never do anything new. Saying all this out loud makes me realize how absolutely amazing it is. And I need to read this book. God, I really need to read this book again because this all is like so calming for me right now. He also says that suffering ceases to be suffering when it finds meaning, because then your suffering has a purpose and then you can't exactly call it that anymore. He compares it to analyzing a movie frame by frame. You can look at individual instances and you will feel certain ways about all of the individual ones, but when you look at it in the bigger picture, you can see how those all contribute to making up a whole and what their purpose is and why they're important in their own right. Being a film major, obviously, I understood that completely. I wish I could show you how marked up this book is and how highlighted, because it just, everything he says is such magic. He tackles really big ideas about existentialism in such a, like, casual manner, I feel like. Just, oh my god, just like, please read this book. Read it, come back so we can talk about it. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. See you tomorrow.